angelic messages for the week ahead. So what we're seeing here, and this is in alignment with the light body reading, is this inner discovery, finding sacredness. You are what you seek. And if you look at this card, we're seeing two realities. We're seeing the divine reality and the earthly reality, but they're both, there's a bridge there, here, okay? So those of you that are connected, which from what I saw yesterday, 3D, 4D, 5D are all connected to this divine energy, and it's allowing it to come through your being, okay, into your reality structure, which is here, and rebuilding the architecture of your consciousness to ground into the reality that you want to experience. So there's a lot of manifestation energy here, but like what we saw in the lower three chakras is the distortions in the lower three chakras is this karmic clearing. So the karmic clearing needs to happen before you can activate. And to activate this new reality structure or divine architecture within your field by clearing and opening and activating the earth star chakra, which were both slightly distorted. Actually, I don't think it was in the 5D system. So it's just a 3D, 4D. But there's a need to really ground your energy and start taking action in the 3D reality, 3D, 5D reality, okay, depending on where you're at. Okay, it's essentially the same thing, just a higher frequency reality structure in the 5D. And from when you do that and all this karmic energy is cleared, then you step into infinite potentials, okay? Clearing, aligning the primal sound fields within your conscious, subconscious, and divine mind. Then you have that harmonic and that alignment with manifestation and creating anything that you want and choose to want. But understand there has to be a harmonic with the divine mind too. It's not just the conscious and subconscious. It's not just what you want. It's what the divine mind wants and divine will wants too. And that when you're going through and reading those three primal sound fields within your being, you can see what is in the highest good by reading the divine mind. And the interesting thing about this as well is that the divine mind determines the rightness of something based on the intention of it, okay? So you can read into the divine mind and say, is this in the highest good? And it will be like, no, that is not in the highest good at all. And then you change your intention and your resonance with whatever it is that you're working to create within the divine mind, and then that creation becomes divine. And then the divine mind aligns with the conscious and subconscious mind, okay? So if your intention is to, for instance, make a ton of money, and your goal is to make money and to hoard it, and a lot of times this is subconscious, to hoard it, or there's a fear there where maybe you are persecuted, the divine can change or shift that structure based on your intention. So if you go, oh gosh, I guess my intentions were incorrect with that manifestation because I really just wanted it for selfish reasons, and you say, no, I actually really what makes me feel alive and excited about creating a lot of abundance and wealth for me is that I can actually share more, I can travel more, I can teach more, I can help more people, I can, and you expand it into a more divine mission and intention. The divine will shift and say, now it's in alignment. It's the exact same thing, only it's been shifted, okay? Then you have to go into the subconscious mind. Is the subconscious aligned with that? Then the conscious mind. Is the conscious aligned with that? And usually the conscious is. If you want something consciously, then it's just the other two aspects that aren't. So again, the conscious is the father, the subconscious is the mother, and the divine is the divine child, okay, the divine mind. So those three have to be aligned for anything to come in. Then we see here this attention to detail, determination. And so the attention to detail is just what we went through. Like where is your resistance, your distortions, conscious, subconscious, divine, and how do you harmonize those? Shadow work is key. Going into the field, looking at blocks and distortions there is really, really helpful. You can still carry these even if you have no blocks in your field too, especially if they're at the higher levels. But once you've done most of the clearing in the field, all you have to do at the higher levels is recognize them and they immediately collapse, okay? If there's actual energy distortions in the field, sometimes those take a little more work to fully clear because it's like this sticky kind of plasmic substance, especially if they're emotional. The thought forms can dissolve pretty easily. So 2 shadow things that could be going on here for some of you guys is pride and feeling like you have to sacrifice something. So just something to think about, may or may not resonate. And once you make these shifts here, clearing out the karmic energies, grounding, taking realistic grounded action, and aligning with divine architecture with your conscious and subconscious mind, you will see radical changes, okay? And the catalyst for this is taking action, going into the subconscious mind, realizing what it is, and then once you're harmonized and aligned, then you take action, okay? And that's when you will see the shifts. And after you take action and you know you're aligned and you start moving and creating, then you have to have perseverance, okay? So this isn't just manifestation. This we're talking about once you get the primal sound fields harmonized. This is part of the Jedi path. We're going to go into this. I think I already said that. I can't remember. Once those 3 are harmonized, it's literally infinite what you can create there, okay? And this is advanced mastery. This is creating not just wealth for yourself, you're creating through divine flow, divine abundance, divine alignment, divine harmonic, because you truly understand the structure of the universe. And so you can begin to work with the structure of the universe and create on that level, okay? So this week, it's really about going into those shadow places, getting harmonized, aligned, and grounding, okay? Clearing out that karmic energy. You can work with a gold ray, gold flame. The layer-specific meditation will actually help clear karma. If your frequency isn't that high yet, I wouldn't work with that. You want to wait till you're upper 5D 60 to begin working with the gold ascension flame. And so if you're not there yet, you're going to want to work on just clearing out the lower chakras, opening those and grounding, okay? Karma clearing, everything you do is clearing that karmic energy, okay? No matter where you're at. So just work on the smaller blocks, distortions, subconscious belief systems, those types of things that will help you, okay? So doing any of the healing sessions, meditations, violet flame, white fire, grounding into the crystal core, those are all helpful. Also working with the Soul Chronicle, free writing, and just allowing things to flow, okay? Clearing, opening, and looking at those 3 areas and seeing if you can define where the blockages are, where the distortions are, and where the, what is that called? Dissonance between the minds are. If every mind, the conscious, the subconscious, and the divine mind are harmonized and aligned, the universe has to create it. It has to come into fruition, okay? It has to move through you. It has to become a reality. It has to become an experience. Now, that won't happen if you have that belief system for 2 minutes. You have to hold the structure, okay? And that's where energy mastery comes in, okay? So I hope that was helpful. So this week is manifestation, going in the shadows, believing in yourself, creating, and persevering, and having faith in what you're creating, okay? See you next week.